Hey, what's up? This is Chosen, and in this video, it's going to be the second video I've done about this new game, Ragnarok, The Lost Memories, which I will provide a download link down below. It's available on the Google Play Store and the App Store, completely free to play. But in this one, we're going to go over, you can see up at the top right, I've saved up 2,500 gemstones. So I'm going to be doing some of the card summoning, and then we'll talk about building a deck and some of the basics that go into putting a deck together, plus how to upgrade your cards and what the odds are and how to make some of these decisions when it comes to that part of the game. So let's get into it. Alrighty, so first of all, when you want to have a quick way to head into the card shop to do some summoning or some upgrading, all you got to do is click on the Kafra down here and then select the card shop right here, and you can go ahead and teleport right there without having to walk there manually or anything like that. And then as you teleport there, you will see that you can either go straight in the center here to draw cards. It will show you that you can either do a single pull or a 10 pull based on the resources you have. And you can also spend your gemstones up on the top right to do extra pulls, which is what I'm going to be doing in this video. We're going to spend a bunch of resources, hopefully get some good stuff and talk about the upgrade process. And then we'll put together a deck together. And I'll show you what I'm kind of thinking of as I'm putting together a progression deck. But before we dive into summoning, a quick note on the bottom right, the probability disclosure, you can click on that and get a breakdown of the different rarities of cards and the different cards in the game and what your odds are of getting them when you actually summon a card. You can see the level 1s are at about 1.8%. You get down to level 2s, you're at 1.67%. And then you keep going to level 3, and there's a big dip down there when we get to the level 3 and the level 4, the 0.45, and then the bottom tier, the level 4s are at 0.25. So just wanted you to quickly take note of that so you know the odds of what you're getting into here based on how many cards you're pulling. So now let's go ahead and let's do some 10 pulls and get after it. Hopefully we'll get some of those level 3 and level 4s. And you can actually, you don't have to watch these cutscenes or anything. You can click and then skip, and then it'll lay your cards out for you, and then you can click to open all, and then boom. Okay, so we got a level 3, and you can see that the dust you get for getting duplicates, the ones up at the top left, both of those have a new icon, so I'm not getting any of the dust. The dust will show you up here in the top right. It's called Mysterious Mana Powder, a strange powder that contains condensed magic of unknown origin. It can be used to enhance cards. So that's what we're going to be using after this to try and upgrade some of those cards that we're going to be using. And we also get a little bit more information on this page as well. If the card has a cost on the top left, it is going to be an active card that you play, and that is the cost associated with playing that card. If the card does not have a cost, it is going to be a passive card. You can have 10 active cards and 5 passive cards when you're putting together a deck. And then you can also see the icon on the top left is going to give you a little bit of information as well. So if it's got a little fist, it's going to be an attack-oriented card. The shield is going to indicate a more defensive card. So you can see this one has a fist. Before I even pull it up, this Anaconda card here, I already know it's going to be an attack-oriented card because of the icon on the top left. But if I pull it up, you can see it's going to increase the attack of Thief class by 125% for 4 seconds. So you do get a little bit of information on this page that I wanted to walk you through really quick before we continue. But that was the end of the cards that I had available right now. So we're going to go ahead and spend the gems to do some pulls and hopefully get some epic level 3 and level 4 findings out of some of these pulls. Skip that. Open all, and okay, so we got a new gold card right there. I like that. Gonna be reducing cooldown. Reducing cooldowns in any game is always a pretty good thing to have in your arsenal. So let's go 10 more, and then we'll put together a deck and we'll see which ones we're actually going to use and spend our mysterious powder to upgrade as we kind of see what we actually get out of this summoning session. Very nice. Okay, very good luck, and boom, there we go. We did get a level 4, 2 of them. This is a huge summon. We got Drake and we got Moonlight Flower. So that's a big 10 pull right there. To get the 0.25% to happen twice in a 10 pull is very epic. So Drake is going to be increased attack of all allies by 8%, hit by 2%, and movement speed. Yeah, that's obviously going to be a ridiculously good card, I think. I haven't looked at the upgrade costs and how the upgrade levels work out, but that's obviously going to be a very generally useful card and super effective. And then this other one here is going to be increased max CP by 2 and decrease Yeah, that's really good. Additionally, reduce allies. Yeah, okay. So those are obviously holding true to being level 4 cards. You can tell they're good right at the gate just by how they're worded. So okay, let's keep up with the pace on the luck here. This is looking good. We've already got 2 of the level 4 big pulls, and hopefully we'll get at least one more out of these last few. Open all. Okay, so that one not nearly as lucky. We did get a level 3 though on the bottom right. Gonna be increased magic attack. That's pretty solid. Okay, but we're looking for at least one more big pull, hopefully. Skip and then open all. A level 2 level 3s. Okay, a new one here. Casting speed of mage class. Okay, yeah, pretty solid. I can see that making sense in some different decks. All right, so this is gonna be our last one. I've got 509 gemstones left. We got to make this one count. Hopefully, good. The good thing we got that super lucky 10 pull and got 2 of the level 4 ones. We're hoping for one more. Open all and boom. Okay, I did already have that one on the bottom right. So we only got 1 level 3 and the other ones are level 1 and level 2. Okay, so we were saved by the big lucky 10 pull that we got. But okay, now let's head on over to putting together a deck, and then that will help us decide which ones we want to upgrade with our powder that we have up on the top right. So here we are at the deck building screen, and what I like to do is sort this by lowest cost. Obviously, the lower the cost, the more things that you can get played on the field, and I like to start from that point so that I'm able to keep a nice rotation. Those super expensive cards can be very impactful, but also when you're playing on auto and stuff, you want to be able to get cards out there on the field and get value. But it's also super viable to just go ahead and sort this by the highest grade. So you can see some of your rarest cards right up at the top at first. And that's how I did it on the passives. So you can see my level 4s that I got super lucky to pull. I've got those the highest grade right here up at the top. But we'll get into the passives here in a little bit. Let's start on the actives. Okay, so what I would do is I would go through and maybe get a decent blend of some healing, some defense, and some offense to go along with it, and hopefully things that are going to synergize together. Which is super important because you'll get cards like this where increase the magic attack of allies in range by 180%. Is your best dealer based off of magic attack or regular attack? Those are things you have to know when you're putting this together. If my best number 1 and number 2 damage dealers are magic attack, that card may be very good. But when we're starting out here as an initial deck for progression, I'm going to go for the most generally useful stuff I can get. Things like this, I love healing and support, so I'm going to take this one for sure. A cost of 4 and some healing. We're gonna go that route and pick that one up here. So that's a healing card. Now I want some defense to make myself a little bit more sturdy here. Increase defense and magic defense of allies by 50% for 8 seconds and nullify some. That's pretty good. I like that one. Let's add that. We got the healing, the defense. Let's get an attack card in there. Scorpion King, attack speed of ranged allies. Attack speed's really good. I like that. Strength of physical type allies. Now my best damage dealer right now is strength, so that's pretty good. Oh, this is gonna be a damage dealer. I want an attack base. Magic attack. My best right now is physical attack. Then this one here is attack of allies in range by 150. Okay, that's pretty solid as well. Normal attacks of archer. I am using an archer. An additional hit. That's pretty good. If I was using 2 archers, I would for sure pick that one up, but I'm not right now. A stun. No, I want a damage dealer, increase attack, and magic attack. Yeah, so that's what I'm looking for. I get both of the attack stats. Gonna be super generally useful. We're taking that one. It is only 1 second though, but we'll look. I bet the upgrades can make that significantly more impactful. So let's go ahead and scoop that one up right now. And then in crit, I like that. Crit of allies in range by 5%. Crit is super important, especially when you're trying to progress and you haven't min-maxed things perfectly. So let's go ahead and take crit, inflict a bunch of damage. I'm probably going to need a little bit more healing and support now. Let's scroll over to the next page. Heal could be cheap to upgrade. Let's go ahead and pick that one up. And some defense, reduce allies damage received by 25% for 5 seconds. I like that as a defensive card that's cheap. And then maybe a little bit more damage. Attack of allies in range. It's not both. Stun. Reduce cooldown of the ally with the highest magic attack. Okay, so that's actually really good because my highest magic attack right now is my healer. So reducing the cooldown of their abilities for 4 seconds, that could be worth picking up. Reduces magic defense of enemies in range. Defense break is pretty good. Flee 7, orc zombie, reduce defense of enemies in range. I do like that, reducing defense to help us crank out damage, but as I'm progressing, I kind of want to lean towards support and healing. This is defense, creates a shield on the ally with the lowest HP. I like that. It's gonna give us a chance to kind of keep them alive. Let's pick that up. Snake poison enemies in range. I want a little bit more support. Reduces crit. Is going to help me stay alive. Kind of expensive though. Magic attack of allies. I do have, yeah, I've got a pretty decent that does magic attack. Could be possible. Increase hit of allies in range. That's good. This one's cheap. I like this one. I'm going to take that. And we're almost done. We only need 2 more. So, some of my better rare ones here. 1200 neutral. That's a big hitter. I might go with that. That's consistent. That's just raw damage. Alarm, skill cooldown. Yeah, that'll help me cycle through. So let's go ahead and do that. Now let's head over to the passives where we got those lucky summons and have the super rare cards. Okay, so for the passives, we're obviously going to use the 2 big ones that we got. I love that, so let's take both of those. These were both very generally useful and definitely going to be impactful. So I'm picking those up, and then my other rare ones, magic attack of all allies, that's good. Pieces, damage. Okay, then you get some specialty ones. I want generally useful right now until I get into really min-maxing things on specific content. On boss targets, that's actually pretty good because your toughest fights are going to be bosses. So I am going to take that. That's pretty generally useful, and it's going to give me a lot of utility to help kill bosses and also survive them. So I like that one. No, that's too specific for right now. Until I build a... you don't usually struggle with that. Decreases CP duration. That could be decent. Defense piercing, I like that. Reduce cooldown, yeah, that'll help me cycle through. I'm gonna take that. And then increase damage on medium targets could be nice. I'm gonna take this one's so big, it's the 8% and it's magic attack, which is my healer as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and go along with that one because it's the biggest percentage and it does synergize with my healer. Okay, so now we need to decide how to spend our mysterious powder on which ones to upgrade. So remember, this is what it looked like when we went into the card shop. You just go over here to the side to Anderson, the card upgrade. And then when you pull this up, you can just click on upgrade on the bottom right. And the handy thing is it will show you which ones you have equipped. So I can remember without having to like write it down or anything. I know which ones I'm using, so I can scroll through and see which ones I really want to spend my 498 powder on upgrading. And I'm actually going to flip myself over to the other side so you can see what is written over there on the different cards as we are looking at them. So, okay, the first ones I want to look at are my passives that were super rare. These level 4 ones that are insanely good and consistent. I want to see what it's going to cost to upgrade those first. So 50, it is expensive, but those are very viable and they're passive, they're consistent value. I'm probably going to be using them for a while. Now this increases max CP. It's going to go from 2 to 1. That's super impactful, and it's going to also increase the recovery time and the cooldown. So I'm gonna suck it up and spend 50 on that because that one seems like it's just too insane. Now this one, this upgrade, I'm not getting CP, so I may look at something else, and it's also going to cost 125. I might get more value spending other places. 0.6 hit, and the movement speed I don't get a buff on. For 50, I don't know how much value I'm getting out of that. Well, let me check the active cards here. So on this one, this is gonna double the effect for 30, and then you can see the 1 CP use area. This is probably gonna be worth taking up to level 2. So when I increase this, now you can see on level 2 it's going to reduce CP usage by 1, and that's why there is the outline on the CP use area above the card. So that is going to be super impactful on spending enough of the dust here to get the level 2 upgrade. That is pretty huge. Then let's check the other healing card I'm using. It's only 20 to upgrade, and go from 1000 to a level 1170. Yeah, I don't know. Let's go ahead. I think for 20, it's probably worth it because we just doubled the effect of it. We took it up to 2170. So yeah, from 1000, that's probably worth. The shield, again, some of these are super cheap to upgrade. It can be a really good option early game, but we're not going to be reducing the CP But I mean, he just gets so much better for such cheap dust. But let me see about this. 1200 plus 1800, probably taking this to level 2 to reduce the CP. You can see it shows it over there that we're gonna go to level 2, and now you can see it reduce CP, so that's worth it. Okay, that's a big damage dealing card. It's my only really damage dealing card that I'm using, so I like that. The Golem was a really good card for cheap, if I remember right. Yeah, ally damage received by 25. It's only gonna go up 1.6 though. I don't know if that's worth. This is going to reduce the CP usage, which is obviously worth 30 dust. Give me it. I'll take that. I don't know about worth going to level 3, though, right now on that. And worth going up over... yeah, that one, I'm not getting enough of an impact. Cooldown, there's no CP coming up soon there. This one at level 1 does reduce CP, so I am going to spend that. It is equipped that I can lower the CP. Okay, I've got 158 left, so under passives. I'm only getting 0.6 there. Cooldown, Abyssal Knight, Drake. So it's this top row, and I can't get any CP on these, obviously, because they're passives. So it's kind of just where I get the best bonus. I am probably going to... Yeah, and the hit... I'm going to stick to the active cards and see what I can get. 120 for such a big heal. I'm going to take that. Yep. Super consistent and healing HP of all allies. I like that. I'm down to 30 dust. This is something I'm using. It's only 10, 20, reducing damage. Yeah, it is a little bit more. I'm gonna spend it on this. Okay, boom. And now we're down to 18. So now my deck just got a lot more powerful, and that's some of the things I would be thinking and considering when I'm putting together my deck after summoning and which ones to upgrade. So alrighty, thanks for hanging out with me on this one, and I'll probably do like one more video going over some of the basics and some general advice or something. We'll figure out something fun to go over on this game for Ragnarok Lost Memories, a new free-to-play game that you can download via the link down below. It's available both on Google Play and the App Store, completely free to play. So that's going to do it for me on this one. As always, thank you for watching. Have a good rest of your day. Peace.